Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to NextGen IT courses. So today we are having SD-WAN session, Cisco SD-WAN, and we are having our trainer also, Mr. Abhinay. Hi, good morning, sir.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
So, sir, you can introduce yourself. What exactly the expertise you have, experience you have, and why SD-WAN is needed, and what are the opportunities after learning SD-WAN students can expect from the industry, right? So, over to you. Please start the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, hi, good morning, everyone. Abhinay this side, and I had a little experience as per the industry. I just worked till now up around 15 years, uh, 10 years approx in core network technologies in routing, switching, VC, and all other domains. Thereafter, currently, I am associate with multiple projects, and in that multiple projects, I am the part of cloud and DevOps pipelines as well, AWS, Docker container, Kubernetes. I'm dealing with that technology as well. And as I spent my 10 years in network industry, so I'm the part of that technology as well. So it's my experience. I worked with some renowned organization in India like Power Grid Corporations, uh, Indian Army. I was the part of those implementation as well. So I worked with the various infrastructure part of the technology, Cisco routers, Nokia routers, Navy, because different vendors has the different kind of implementation, different sets of policies they have. According to that, they planned a different network infrastructures. I work with a lots of platforms, different platforms, not dedicated one or two, like mostly Cisco, thereafter Juniper, and if you are talking about the firewalls, so Palo Alto, Fortinet, and all that. I'm not in that domain. I'm not in security domain. But what I'm saying to that, I work with the numerous platforms, different platforms. So the topic is all about the SD-WAN technologies, right? If we are talking about the routing, which is the part of core network infrastructure, network implementation, the core is the routing, right? Without routings, the network communication is not uh, kind of efficiently cannot work, right? So every part in every domain, the backbone is basically a routing part, right? So internet, I must say that if you are talking about the internet, everything is related, everything is connected with the internet. Every application are able to work right now. If I'm going to cloud applications, SaaS applications, right? So behind they are using the internet. True. Without internet, can we assume these applications or these platforms can work? Even though if we are talking about the AI, ML, Claude, ChatGPT, everything, behind that, they are using numerous servers. Those servers are connected to each other. For connecting to each other, they are using the network. They provides us a lot of informations, graphics, text, audio, video, any kind of stuff they can perform. Those are these are those specialization. But behind that, everything is all about the network and communications, right? So basically, behind that, for every communication, there is a network, right? In the terms of network, we can segregate these networks into two traditional type of network. That one is a WAN and another one is a LAN. Majorly, with majorly segregation of the network, either it would be a WAN, either it would be a LAN, right? In between that, we can assume that there is a campus area network, geographical area network, metropolitan area network. So there would be a categorization. But considering there are two major or a real practiced network type is either it would be a LAN, either it would be a WAN, right? So if just take this current situation, right? We are connected with a platform that is a Zoom, right? We are interacting in audio and video mode with each other, and you guys are belongs to the various geolocation. Someone would be in Mumbai, in Chennai, Bangalore, Pune, out of India, right? So how we are doing this communication, how we are able to connect and communicate this, right? So behind that, there is a internet. Internet is everywhere. Everything is internet, right? Once we are talking about the internet, WAN is the most perfect example of internet technology, that is WAN. Okay. So, how traditional WAN technologies uh, designed? Any idea? Do you have guys works in internet or ISP or kind of any implementation part of the routers and WAN infrastructure? Thereafter, we will move forward to our kind of SD-WAN structure. Rajiv ji, Naveen ji, Tausif, and Abdu, any exposure in network domain or any exposure to implement WAN edge devices? Anyone? Am I audible to all of you? If
Yes,
yes,
yes, you are
please.
audible, sir. You are audible. Guys, please speak up. So make the session interactive. Uh, Tausif, Naveen, Mubashir, Vikram, anyone, they can interact. Like they can give answer whatever yes or no is there, right?
So, guys, if you are the interactive mode, then I will get a feedback from you. The what level you have, what kind of uh, content should we forward in the session. So if you will not talk about anything else, then it would be just a session. Nah? My screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, it's visible, sir.
Which one? It's PPT or
No,
browser?
it's showing SD-WAN only. Yes.
Okay, so just I'm moving forward and taking a content of our Cisco SD-WAN content, what we'll cover during this session. I'm try to that every part of the SD-WAN implementation I should teach you. Uh, it will start from the basic fundamental of Cisco SD-WAN training. right? We will cover our traditional software defined and WAN technologies infrastructure, how traditional WAN technologies work, what was the problem with the traditional networking models, why SD-WAN is recommended nowadays, why every organization is asking about the SD-WAN technologies, right? We will cover the SD-WAN components, what are the various components are the part of SD-WAN, vManage, vBond, vSmart, Edge devices, CS devices, and all components which are considering the stack of your SD-WAN, how these SD-WAN communications happen for though that we use OMP protocols and BFD protocols. So what is the mean of OMP? How we will configure the OMP and BFD, right? What are the various Cisco SD-WAN platforms? How devices are going to authorize to each other? How any new device will come in the SD-WAN solution, authentication and authorizations of our WAN edge devices, how we will deploy controllers, right? SD-WAN solutions has the controllers we manage, we bond, and we smart, right? So how we are going to configure or deploy those controllers in our SD-WAN is infrastructure. Onboarding VS devices, onboarding CS devices, we will discuss right what mean by the VS and what mean by the CS, right? So how new device uh, will onboard in our SD-WAN infrastructure. So onboarding of any new devices, either it would be a VH, either it would be a CS devices, right? For the implementations of SD-WAN, there are must have two more protocols you should aware about that. The one is a BGP, and it would be a great advantage if you know about the MPLS as well, right? So BGP and MPLS should be there, right? We will discuss about that. Server, right? So thereafter, we will go with the templates, right? How we will create templates and we can distribute that templates in our VS and CS devices. What is the T-lock and all such things, right? So there is a huge content or real-time implementations of SD-WAN. I tried to cover everything: policy, hub spoke, network, VPN membership, root leaking, and this part is very important for the concepts of or the dimensions of your SD-WAN implementation, distributions or management, right? Data policy implementation, local policy, and all kind of policy, QS, and security. These implementation we will also cover. So it's all about our content which we will cover in the next uh, kind of sessions of SD-WAN. Okay. If you has any queries regarding the content or syllabus, if you want to add some more parts, you may share your experience with us, right? So these are the content all about that. And moving forward, this is the content of today's agenda, right? I'm covering basic SD-WAN fundamentals and architecture for today's SD-WAN components and vSmart OMP protocols CH, right? So first thing first, why we need SD-WAN? What is the scope behind that? Why SD-WAN came up in the picture? Why everyone is talking about the SD-WAN culture, right? So how traditional uh, network we are going to implement, how we are implementing our new devices, our new infrastructure. Anyone, please share your experience so we can make this session a little easier and interactive. Anyone? or even though you may share your experience, what background you have. Are you currently working with the SD-WAN architecture, or you are moving forward uh, in your organization to handle these projects related to your SD-WAN environment. So if you talk about little about yourself, so I can calculate which stage you are, and how we will cover the content for you. Right, right. So these are all topics we will cover today's and tomorrow's session. This is the day one session, which I will cover today's agenda and SD-WAN solution architecture. We will talk about the vManaged device today. What is the OMP? What is zero touch provisioning? And little we will talk about the lab architecture as well. Tomorrow we will discuss about the policies and other things. We will deploy a lab, major lab tomorrow. So this would be a major lab architecture for tomorrow, right? But first come on the YSD-WAN. Anyone, please. It would be a very tough without having a discussion. Rajiv is working with ISP, right? So traditional edge devices, right? Kind of uh, traditional Cisco routers you are using, or currently you are upgraded yourself or your infrastructure in the part of VH and CS devices as well. Naveen, Mubashir,
Yeah, hi. Actually, currently I'm working on routers and switches only. So new project is going to coming into like the SD-WAN. So that is why I'm going to learn this SD-WAN. So when it comes to SD-WAN, so usually in a traditional method we'll be using MPLS, right? So that would be very cost effective, and we need to configure so many things in the MPLS. But when it comes to SD-WAN, so it will be like it will very easy to configure, so that once we use this SD-WAN, so it will be very cost effective also, and will not be spend much on this one. So
right?
that is why
Exactly,
maybe we'll
right?
be using SD-WAN. Yeah.
Sure. This is our first content, Hannah, right? We already mentioned that. This is the drawback of traditional WAN technology. Na? As you said that the MPLS circuits are too costly, around $5,000 per month for the per site. So it will cost you millions of annual cost budget, right? So as you said that, definitely that's why your experience is considering that what level you guys you have, right? So there are currently, as per your discussion, if we are pointing out that what are the major problem that you are facing, is first is MPLS cost, right? And second is to manage and configure this MPLS or other configuration, right? So this is the biggest challenge with you that
Hello.
hello, I'm audible.
I think we lost you in between.
Just just give me a minute. Am
Okay,
I
okay.
audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, you are audible.
Power has gone. Yesterday in our city has a mind-blowing, mind-boggling storm and heavy rain. So I set up your lab in my workstation, but right now the power has gone, so I cannot demonstrate the lab. if during this session the power came up, then I will show you the infrastructure, how we can configure or deploy our controllers and configuration implementation of the our SD-WAN architecture. But meanwhile, we will continue with the kind of concept parts of that. Okay. Screen is visible now.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, with Naveen, we found that uh, the IT industry or his company is facing two major problems. The first one is the cost, and second one is the implementation of technology. है ना? We can say that the another point out the implementation of, do not go in the typo error, implementation of technology, right? So this one considering first part of the first problem with the traditional network. Okay. Anyone others want to share those experience? What problems you are facing in your organization in traditional network? If you are not moving forward with the SD-WAN, if your company don't opt this SD-WAN solution, so what kind of problems you are facing currently? Right. The another part is a slow provisioning now. Okay, slow provisioning, right? Supposed to be there is a site now. Okay, this is your site. Our traditional WAN architecture, how we are, just a minute. So how we set up our traditional network? This is your ISP1. How we are going to set up? This is our switches. Inside your switch, there are devices. Which switches we are considering these switches as? Which kind of switches we are using over here? Anyone? Anyone?
Perimeter switches.
Perimeters. And another name of this? Any other? Access layer? Access layer, right? and the devices are connected with access layer, right? We heard about the spine leaf architecture, or three-tier architecture. We know about these kind of terms, right? So which switches these are? These switches considered as a access, है ना? Even though two-tier architecture, it also came up in the picture in data center environment. Generally, most of data centers currently acquiring or opting two-tier architecture rather than three-tier architecture, right? So these are the access layer switches. Now, how you are going to connect these access layer switches to each other? Any methodology? How you are going to connect with to these switches with each other? Are you using direct connection like that, or using any other topology? Which switches are these?
Distribution layer.
Like that. For which perspective we connected these switches? Distribution. This layer is a distribution layer. And for the ISP level, we are using multiple ISP for our redundancy network, right? So this layer is, which layer is this? This layer
Core
known
layer.
as a core
Core
layer.
layer.
Core, distribution, and access layer, right? Then furthermore, it can connect with the any firewall and any others, right? So how much times you require to configure all this solution? How much times it will take to configure these access switches, these port switches, routers, and all configuration part of this network? Approx 30 plus days.
Yes. So it totally depends upon how big and small the enterprises which we are configuring, I would
Huh.
say.
Definitely, it matters, and but definitely, if you are having 60 to 100 endpoints or 200 endpoints, definitely the company will not go with that kind of technology, na? So definitely it's used for the WAN architecture and complex network design architecture. So it will definitely take 20 plus 20 to 30, 30 to 60 days, as you said, depend on the project size, right? Right now. Okay. Supposed to be you took 20 to 45 days to establish this site running and up. Thereafter, you have to launch or provision one more site, right? Same site, your another branch. So how much time you will require to configure that? But obviously, same time, right? So in traditional network, this is the second major problem, that slow provisioning. In your traditional network architecture, provisioning a new circuit takes 60 to 90 days business agility to completely crippled. Opening a new branch means months of waiting, right? New configuration, new implementation, and all such things will take a longer time, right? SD-WAN give you a complete solution of this. This 60 days will or can reduce in next a kind of week project. In a single week, you can deploy your new branch with the help of SD-WAN technology, right? Uh, Earlier, you said the routing is the problem, right? And complex management, right? Suppose you want to upgrade these iOS, right? How you will upgrade these iOS upgradation? You have to perform iOS upgradation on these devices. What methodology you will use to upgrade all these devices iOS? You will came over here, connect your console cable, connect your TFTP server with these, and upload your recent or updated iOS. Right? You have around 200 devices, 300 devices, router switches. So how it will be easier to update your IT infrastructure? It's
Actually, for
another
this
challenge.
one, in our infrastructure, we are using DNAC to update all these
Day.
devices. Yes.
Yes. But DNAC is also a solution of your SD-WAN technology, na? SDN technology, not SD-WAN technology, but DNAC is a solution of SDN technology, right? Without SDN or without DNAC, how it would be challengeful?
No, actually, what is the difference between SDN and SD-WAN?
Okay, I'm explaining in the terms of routing, na? What is routing? Routing is the process. And who performs the routing? OSPF, EIGRP, and BGP, right?
Yes.
Right? EIGRP, BGP. Yeah, you may take also one example that you heard about, even though you applied VRRP technology in your infrastructure.
Yes. Yes.
Na? You applied na VRRP.
Yeah.
So what is VRRP? And what is FHRP? So FHRP, first hop redundancy protocol, is the technology. Na? It's an technology, or you may say terminology. That technology or that requirement we are fulfilling using the protocol. Either you may use VRRP, either you may use HSRP, either you can use GLBP, right? So solutions of redundancy is VRRP, HSRP, or GLBP, right? But what you are going to achieve this, that is FHRP, right? Understood?
Yes.
Now, if you come to your this one in the terms of SD-WAN or software defined solution, SDN stands for SDN stands for SDN stands for software defined networking. Software defined networking, right? So this is a technology or methodology to which we are going to discuss. And what you are discussing about DNAC is a solution for SD access, right? Another software defined solution is ACI. Another solution is based on the SDN is SD-WAN. What it mean by, if you are going to implement a WAN solution, you will use which SDN model? Which SDN model? SD-WAN model, right? What if you are going to implement data center solution using the SDN solution with the help of automation, right? You will use ACI. If you are managing your local network with the help of SDN solution, what SDN model you are using? That is considered as SD access. Okay, so these are all the solution of SDN for various kind of project and various kind of IT infrastructure. Is it okay?
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
So keep continue. As I said, for software management, if you are going to manage your softwares, your networks, your configurations, right? To manage all such things are very difficult in traditional network. While SD-WAN solution, yeah, SD-WAN, any SDN, let it go SD-WAN, any SDN solution, software defined network solutions offers you mostly a ZTP. Now, if you heard about the ZTP, even though it has our part of the discussion, ZTP, zero touch provisioning, zero touch provisioning, just a basic, you have to just uh, up your physical interface, assign a single IP address. Thereafter, all configuration of that edge devices will handled by our controllers without any rigid configuration or taking a lot of times. Zero touch provisioning offers you a few seconds of steps to configure a new edge device, WAN edge device. Okay. So what is the solution SD-WAN offers? Your transport, right? In traditional network, we have only two possible solution, MPLS and lease line. MPLS and lease line. And both are the costly, very costly. In SD-WAN, even though we can go with the traditional broadband, in home broadband, we can run our SD-WAN infrastructure. And assume that what would be the cost difference in between your MPLS circuits and your broadband connections? 10,000, 20,000 rupees per month. How much it will cost you a broadband solution, right? So we have multiple transport. We can use any transport to deploy, to connect our kind of controllers with our edge devices, right? Either we can go for the MPLS, broadband, LTE, satellite, any kind of transport available method we can use to connect our SD-WAN solution. Okay. Second benefits, centralized management. Centralized management in the sense, right? As our topology, if we have a number of access switches, number of access switches, 1 2 3 4, suppose 400 access switches, 400 access switches, and one, it will take a time to understand. The designing part will take a time.
Your voice is lagging, sir.
It's not well. Now it's audible
Yes, yes.
properly. Okay. So centralized management. Centralized management means what? If you are managing these devices independently, if you want to configure this device, you have two possible solutions. Either you will take remote, either console using the console cable, right? Even though if you are using the remote connection at a time, you can configure only one device now. Can you configure number of devices at same time? Is it possible? No, it's not possible. If you are offering me a solution, sir, we can use Ansible or any shell script methodology or any automation tool, right? So it's also a part of SDN, na? Software defined. Your network components, your network technology now managed by software. Software, any piece of software, any part of the software that manage your network infrastructure that considered as SDN, software defined network. So if you are talking about, sir, I can update or can take the backup 3 or 30 or 300 devices at the time, but I will use Ansible, but I will use Terraform, but I will use any scripting language. Without these softwares or applications or code, Python also, right? I was skipping that. Python. Can you do that? No. So you have only two methodology, remote, either telnet or either SSH or either physically with the help of console. So you will take a single remote device at a time, now either with the help of SSH or Telnet, or you have a 400 devices in your solution. So your management, your configuration is currently distributed. You have to do that things independently. In every device, you must have to log in. You have to configure or change or update or any kind of changes. But SD-WAN offers you a single solution, centralized management. One dashboard, we manage dashboard to configure thousands sites in a minute, push config with one click. We can configure thousands of devices in just a single upload or update or any single click. It, in a single button, you click and your 1000 devices has been configured. App aware routings, right? The SD-WAN can sense, even though your traditional routers also sense the types of application with the help of TOS, but not much more, right? The smarter, the SD-WAN solution is much more smarter rather than a traditional TOS service. So here is the application aware routing. Our SD-WAN solutions aware about the traffics, our types of links, send zooms over MPLS, YouTube or your broadband or general your other backup links. It can be identify your application's behavior, and according to that it will perform automatically decision. You no need to worry about that, right? So SLA policies are very good and very strong in the terms of SD-WAN. Another most popular, most demanding features of your SD-WAN is zero touch provisioning, zero touch deployment. What is the zero touch deployment? Plug a router in a branch in auto provision itself, a complete configuration of device would be updated. Cost reduction. would be up to 50 to 70%. You may use MPLS along with your broadband and LTE connection. So it would be a very कौन से पीसी पे कर रहे हो हाँ मेरी पहली वाली मशीन पे मत करना प्लीज right and talking about the security right so security is also very enhanced and very robust. I must say that in the firewall grade, if you are talking about the SAGE solutions, which is a inbuilt characteristics, which is a inbuilt feature of the SD-WAN solution, it it can kind of beat a complete firewall solution, right? So SAGE is a very strong security solution, which is built-in security feature of our SD-WAN solution, right? So there are lots of benefits. These are the few just discussing points of what which SD-WAN solutions offers, right? So apart of that, there are we can count a number of benefits, number of solutions, advantage of SD-WAN. Majorly, if I'm talking about the uh, company side, company will always consider a low cost infrastructure. So 50 to 70%, think about that your complete infrastructure cost if reduced about 50 to 70%. Suppose in traditional network, infrastructure uh, cost around 40 lakh. Using SD-WAN, it comes with 20 lakhs or even though 14 to 15 lakhs. So company will acquire the SD-WAN solution. Why not? Part of the admin and management admin or network administrator or IT lead, what it expects, he or she will expect that security, time management, device management. The expectation of the administrator is to do that. They want a central management system so they can handle 1,000 of devices in single dashboard. So the SD-WAN solution fulfills all your requirements. That's why the IT companies or any project or any company are moving forward to SD-WAN solution. In every job roles, if you are having a 4, 5+ year of experience in network domain and you are moving forward or you are switching any company, they wants to that in your CV there should be a skill that is SD-WAN solution. Any part of SD-WAN, not I'm talking about just only SD-WAN. If you are looking about the data center architecture, if your past experience is all about your data center, go with the ACI, Cisco ACI solution, SD access solution. Or if you are in a routing switching domain and love to work with the routers, routing solutions, then you have to go for the SD-WAN solution, right? Just give me a minute. I'll just turn up my workstation. Then I'll show you the infrastructure. Iron machine cell, power of your hand. Okay. So moving forward, in our SD-WAN solution, there are a few components, right? In SD-WAN solution, in SD-WAN solution, uh, we are we have some components. What are these? That is, we manage. The Cisco has changed the name. We manage. We we manage. Second, we bond. Third, we smart. Right? These three known as our controller. These are our controller. And the WAN as devices, WAN as devices, WAN as devices are either we can use C edge devices, either we can go for the V edge devices, right? So these two are the edge devices, right? Our routers, traditional routers, network points, right? And these are the your SD-WAN controllers, right? Which will control your C edge and V edge devices. Is there any query coming up in your mind?
So what is the difference between CH and VH, sir? Depends on the products, Cisco and Viptela.
Yes, exactly that. If you are working in this domain, you heard the word, heard that your Cisco acquired Webtailor right now.
Yes, sir.
Now Webtailor is the part of Cisco, na?
Hmm.
True or not?
Yes, sir. True.
All right. So before once Cisco acquired a Webtailor, what Cisco decided that that SD-WAN solution or the Viptela, because the Viptela devices were very crucial for the SD-WAN solutions. So they offered Cisco edge devices uh, along with the update of your Viptela solutions, right? Means a chassis which has traditional Cisco iOS along with Viptela or kind of SD-WAN aware. That is called CS. Those devices considered as a CS. And after acquiring of Viptela, what devices are continued, that devices as considered as a VS devices, right? So this is the
Okay.
just a brand or kind of tag difference in between. Along with the Cisco iOS, those devices considered CS, along with the Viptela iOS under the Cisco brand that considered as a VS devices. Let me check why I'm not able to connect this device. I'm not able to ping. Okay. Just give me a my bank connection now. After power cut, I switched to my phone. नेटवर्क नहीं आ रहा है Ajay, just it will take 1 to 2 minutes. No? The technology is really kind of very impressive, but and learning is so easy. Yeah? Rather than learning a CCNA, CCNP, how much it was tough in early stage, learning SD-WAN is so much easier. If you have a clear fundamentals of routing, BGP, and PLS, thereafter you can learn this SD-WAN solution. Uh, it will feel that it's too easier, right? So I just want to demonstrate kind of solution how we are configuring or deploying SD-WAN solution. And day by
Yeah,
day, we
I just have one query. Like, can
hmm,
we integrate our firewalls also to this SD-WAN, like Cisco
yes,
firewalls?
sure, yes, definitely.
Okay. So we can manage the security part also like a single point, right? From the single point.
Hmm, hmm, of course.
Okay.
Even though what I said you that if you uh, handle the sales solution, there is a separate learning or a separate part of the sales training. If you got that, right, no one talk about your ASA and kind of additional part of integration of firewall, right? I found that number of blogs of the very seniors IT infrastructures engineers they suggest that after experience the sales solutions they feel that the firewall is not much more uh, kind of impactful rather than a sales solution. Mm, 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 mm. 57. I designed this architecture for all of you. Lab practice our SD-WAN solution, end-to-end SD-WAN solution will cover all these infrastructure. I have one MPLS link, one for internet. These our end branches are connected with the both redundancy link. We have a separate headquarter network, and this is our SD-WAN solution. We implemented a vManager. vManage is there. Bond is there. Just few codes, approx 10 to 15 commands, less than 15 commands. You can configure your vmanage. 10 to 15 commands will use, and very basic commands, not such like complex uh, commands like ACL or NET. It's a very easier commands to configure vmanage vbond. Right, your kid will can handle vmanager and vbond solution as SD-WAN solutions. So by default, was username would be admin, and the password I set up this. We have to wait little one because the system is initializing phase. Once system is ready, message will come up. We can log in this device. So this is the Cisco SD-WAN solution. In Cisco SD-WAN solution, vManager known as a Viptela, right? And currently, I'm using a version of 19.2.31. Now system is ready, so we are able to log in over here, admin, and the password is
Yeah, this vmanage is kind of a centralized management device.
exactly,
Okay.
all right.
Like to this only
So
vbond
enter,
and vsmart can be able to connect now.
yeah,
Okay.
show interface description, right? I set up VPN 0 and VPN 512. The IP is 1.59. So HTTPS 192.168.68.1.59. It will take a little time to give the graphical accessing. Just wait for a few minutes. Just do some refreshes. The IP is 1.59. It's true, 1.59. The device is not ready for the graphical access till now. Right. I'm just checking my status, request, and MS, all status. My NMS service should be running. Server is enabled, true, running, true, running. Everything is good, but it just take a few minutes to give a graphical access. Okay, so we can sum up for today's session, right? So, guys, if you are moving forward into your current project as well, even though if you are going to switch into another company or kind of any your requirement, definitely SD-WAN is a recommended solution. Anna. Without SD-WAN, your CVs to be shortlisted is very difficult. And skill wise, after having 5 year experience, you cannot fight or you cannot grow your salary package uh, plus 20 LPA without having SD-WAN skills in your hands, even though in your solutions, right? So we didn't cover architecture. We manage, we smart, we bond, and we edge. This is the our technology solution, which I showed you in my topology. We manage is responsible for manage your infrastructure as someone said. We manage the central controller or management device. The responsibility of we manage is to manage our edge devices, right? I'm going over there. Uh, These are our edge devices, now branch, India branch, US branch. So these are the separate branch locations. Inside, we can deploy our traditional networking switches and all such components. I'm just make this topology till our branch routers, WAN edge devices, right? So the vManager responsibility is to manage these your WAN edge devices, right? Provisioning these devices. If you are going to apply any policy on these devices, the policy implementation, provisioning, central provisioning, it offered by our vManager. Templates, we will configure templates like a configuration script in early stage. We know that our senior, our company offers the configuration script, right? And we copy paste that script into the new router. So that is a template which we will configure over here, and we will push these templates in these edge devices. So provisioning, policy implementation, and configuring templates. All these steps performed by the vManager itself, right? And troubleshootings, we can do the troubleshooting as the part of drawbacks of WAN technology. We were facing uh, the central management and upgradation, software management, monitoring, troubleshooting, all such things you can do in your single reference point from over here. Software upgrades, if you want to upgrade these devices, these stacks, you can do it from over here. No need to go over there from the remote telnet, SSH, or any other things, right? In single click, all these devices can be upgraded, right? And if I'm talking about the vmanage can handle vmanage, a single vmanage, a single vmanage can configure or can support 2000 edge devices. How many devices can handle a single vManage? 2000 edge devices. And one SD-WAN solution, you can connect up to 6 vManage, right? We can we can make a cluster with 6 vManage, right? So totally, how many devices we can manage? 12,000 devices in single SD-WAN solutions. Okay, so vManage is our graphical as well as command line dashboard, central configuration, monitoring, policy push, analytics, multi-tenant capable, deploy on-premises Cisco host cloud. Okay, right? So look, all of you are the seniors, working professionals, and having good exposure. No need to show that Naukri.com and look what is the scope, uh, what salary you will get after having SD-WAN skills. You know that, right? Just you need to upgrade yourself, right? For that, this is the good enough content what I showed you earlier. It would be a great solutions for your skills development. Gradually, day by day, we will learn each and everything from the scratch. It's just a very kind of unfair deal that in 1 hours I have to discuss all such things in very fast manner, right? So definitely such thing, few things will left, few things will not be discussed with you. But once these regular classes will start, definitely each and everything concept, point by point, node by node, everything we will discuss, and definitely what ambitions, what goals you have behind to learn this technology, everything we will cover in this session, right? And practical wise, also will cover all the lab practice, right?
Definitely, sir. So, guys, if you have any question further, you can ask. Else, we can sum the session today, right, sir? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And by tomorrow, we can continue with the day one class regular. Anyone having any question? Like, Krishna, Jitendra, Mubashir, Naveen, Rajiv, Vikas, Vikram. All okay, guys? Yes or no, please?
So I do have I have one question from the
Please
topology.
ask. Please
So why
ask.
do we why do we need that MGMT? So we have a connectivity from a vManage and then we have rest of all VHS routers. Then why do we need the vManage? I mean MGMT. We can just directly connect from the vManage to the rest routers.
Abhinay, sir, over to you.
uh, Sorry, can you repeat your question? I didn't hear about it.
Okay, okay, sir. So I can see in the topology, I can see the MGMT. So what is meant by that MGMT? So why do we need that? So we have the
This
vManage
part.
for centralized. Yes, sir.
Okay, this part is accessing these devices in my interface, है ना? Without attaching this MGMT interface with my devices, I will not able to get access in my local browser, na? This IP address 1.59 is provided by this MGMT interface because this is the part of your transport. This is the WAN part, na? Right? This segment is totally transport part, right? Look, this Ethernet port 0 is connected with my headquarter router, and this headquarter router has two WAN connection, MPLS and router. So this this segment is for my transport purpose, right? This is the my configuration part. So how will I will access these controllers into my browsers in the perspective of configuring? That's why I just get the connection with the help of MGMT node, right? Like if you before used EVNG or any simulator, there is a network, and you may find your bridge and management cloud to access the interface, access the graphical CUI GUI part. So that's why I used MGMT part over here, right? For accessing prospective only. Okay. So look
Okay, sir.
how much beautiful this interface, a dashboard of your vManage, how many V smarts are connected, how many V WAN as devices are connected, how many V bond are connected, right? Reboot, certificate, connection links, everything WAN as health device, deploy, total, countdown, each and everything in single dashboard, right? So gradually, when we started this training, definitely at the end of training, you will able to handle your complete SD-WAN solution. Is it okay?
Yeah. So I believe all are okay for the today session. So let's sum up the session today and let's connect by tomorrow with the regular day one class. So, all right, sir, Avinash sir, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining the session today. Thank you for the time. Enjoy your weekend and let's connect by tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you.